All right, well, we're through the surface area, which I think is probably the most difficult section of this unit. Volume is a much easier concept. Volume is, how much space is it taking up, the capacity of the shape. And the, you know, you've probably seen volume formulas like volume is length times width times height, and then it's a different one for each shape. I prefer this. And I don't like formulas. I've told you that before, but this is sort of a formula. The volume of a prism being a shape that that doesn't go to a pyramid, it's going to have the same dimensions throughout. For example, if you looked at that base of this rectangle and you picture it as you move up the rectangle, the size of that rectangle will be the same from top to bottom. I would call that the base. So how would I find the volume of a prism? I would say find the area of this base, which would be length times width, and then multiply it by how high it is, which is the height. That's where this formula actually comes from. Okay, so let's try to apply it. Volume is going to be the area of the base, and I can see the base in this shape is 10 times 5. And how high is it going? 6. So you would get 300 inches cubed this time because we're multiplying 3 dimensions. Now, sometimes people are going to say, well, how did you know that was the base? Well, there's another way to do it. There's actually a couple ways. What if I think this is the base of the shape and I think it's going all the way through the shape that way? Well, what is the area of the base? 5 times 6. And how far is it going this way? 10. So again, you would have 300 inches cubed. So whatever you prefer should work. Okay? Now, as soon as we do that, suddenly we get a different looking shape. The good news is I'd like you to do it the same way. What is the volume of a prism? It's the area of the base. Okay, so look at this shape, and what is the shape that is the same all the way through? Does it make sense that this triangle moves all the way through until it gets to the other side and it's the same triangle again? Okay, so how would I find the area of the front triangle? Well, you know how to find the area of a triangle, and then you would just multiply it by how far does it move. Okay, same thing over here. I see a triangle, and it moves all the way through that shape. Okay, so let's try one. It says to find the volume. So I'm going to find the area of the base. I think the base is this triangle because that triangle is the same on one side, moves all the way through. So the area of a triangle is half times base times height. And I'm going to multiply that by 22. That's how far it travels. Okay, so let's quickly do this. 12 times 7 times 22 gives me a volume of 1,848 meters cubed. Okay, let's try another one. Again, volume is going to be the area of the base. Okay, take a look at this shape. What is the base here, do you think? To me, it looks like it's this triangle right here because it moves all the way through and then it's the same triangle on the back. Okay, so I need to find the area of this triangle. To do the area, I need the height. Lucky for me, it gives it to me. So half times the base times the height times 120. Now notice I never used this 70. I would have needed that for surface area, but it is not needed for volume. Be careful with that because that's a kind of a trick. A lot of times you're going to get questions that have pieces of information that you actually don't need. Okay, so this is 144,000 centimeters cubed. Okay, another kind of prism. Good news is we're going to do this the same way. Find the volume of we find the area of the base, and then it moves all the way through till the bottom. So this pi r squared, that's actually the area of the base. Okay, so if I want to find volume, I'm going to find the area of this base. So I know the area of a triangle is pi times the radius squared. And then how far does it move? 5.8. Okay, if you're not sure where I got this from, this is pi r squared, and that's the height, how far it travels. Okay, so pi times 2 squared times 5.8 is 72.9 centimeters cubed. Okay, well, that's it for volume. Again, I think volume's pretty straightforward. It shouldn't cause you too much trouble. All right, do the next assignment. Let me know if you have questions.